Hello everybody, welcome to the channel. My name is JGod. In today's video, we're going to talk about the 1.05 update that went live in Call of Duty Black Ops 4. First thing we're going to notice is that they actually went ahead and changed a bunch of stuff when it comes to multiplayer, blackout, and then they also added the black market, which is pretty interesting. Let's go ahead and check out how they balance the weapons. So right here, what we're going to do is look at, right here it says gameplay balance, multiple modes. So right here it says that they wanted to focus on addressing the issues our community has been most passionate about. So whether that's good or bad, that's really not the point. But right here it says Ajax, SMGs, the SG-12 strobe light, cold-blooded, and much more. Some of these changes affect multiple modes, and we've called out where certain changes only apply to multiplayer. So these ones are all only for multiplayer. Right here we have the MX-9. They adjusted the 5-hit kill range up to 6 meters. So now that is a buff. Slightly increased ADS movement speed, another buff. GKS, hit with the same buffs. Cordite, same buffs. Spitfire, same buffs, pretty much. Instead of the 5-shot kill, it's a 6-shot kill. So they went ahead and buffed that as well. So they improved all of those categories for the SMGs, which is pretty nice. Especially since I've been going for the camo grind. Definitely noticed they're a lot weaker than they probably should be. When it comes to the assault rifles, the Maddox got a slight increase to recoil for the first and second shots. So you'll notice that you should have a little bit more kick when you're firing the weapon. And then right here it says the Echo Fire Operator mod no longer has a recoil penalty. So that was one of the biggest downsides of the Echo Fire. So this is a huge buff if you like the Operator mod. If you don't like the Operator mod, then this is a nerf to the Maddox. KN gets a buff. It got reduced idle sway. So it should allow you to hit those targets a little bit further, because a lot of times your iron sights or your reflex sight, they'll do kind of like a weaving pattern. And this should slow that down a little bit. It doesn't say by how much, so it's kind of hard to tell if it's a big deal or not. Slightly increased the 4-hit kill range by 1.5 meters. That's almost negligible, but it is a buff to the KN. Rampart is probably the most broken. This gun needed a nerf in my opinion, and they decided to buff it. It said reduced idle sway. Again, I already touched on that. Slightly reduced recoil of first and third shots. Increased 4-hit kill range by 3 meters. So it got a huge buff to that 4-shot kill range. I'm not sure exactly how that'll apply with the headshot multiplier and high caliber 2, but overall this gun's a beast. When it comes to the tactical rifles, Swordfish got a slight buff. In my opinion, this gun was pretty overpowered as well. I primarily used it as the default class, so that's like the pentaburst that I've been using. Right here it says slightly reduced delay between bursts. That means you can fire your weapon faster. So that delay between bursts is what makes the ABR so bad, in my opinion. So they even buffed the Swordfish, which in my opinion was faster. Reduced idle sway, so you won't have that idle sway. And then the Pentaburst now implements standard burst delay. So now when you use the Pentaburst, it'll go back to how the standard delay was. If you're not using the operator mod, then it has that faster burst. So they kind of left the Pentaburst as is, and then they buffed the Swordfish without that Pentaburst. So you can hit multiple shots back to back to back. The Titan, it says reduced ADS speed. So how fast the ADS, that's a buff. Increased sprint out time. So how long it takes for you to draw your weapon while you're running. They slowed that down. So now it takes a little bit longer. The hip fire spread is larger, multiplayer only. And then stock, it's slightly reduced movement benefits when equipped. So before this used to allow you to strafe a little bit faster. They've kind of reduced the impact that you'll notice in multiplayer. Outlaw got a increased rate of fire. Greatly reduced idle sway, slightly increased ADS speed. So it made it slower, so it's a little harder to quick scope, I guess. Updated ADS rechamber animation to make it easier to stay on target. So that's a plus. Recoil now centers more reliably. Increased base damage by 10. Only affecting shots to kill and already damaged targets. Okay, cool. So over there, pretty much all buffs all the way around. Added aim assist to the SDM, which is sniper rifle, while hip firing. So that's probably negligible. I guess depends on what attachments you're using or operator mods. The Kashka, it says, oh no, they don't have operator mod on that. Recoil now centers more reliably after the first shot. That's pretty cool. That is a buff to snipers. I'm sure snipers will love that. SG-12 reduced visual effect of the strobe light mod. So that's a huge thing. Those things are annoying. I don't know if you guys have had a chance to play against those, but they've been pretty common a lot recently. After people put out videos, they were pretty annoying to deal with. Reduced range at which the strobe light affects aim assist by 50%. So now that range is cut in half. So I think before it was like 12, 15 meters. Now it's going to be half of that. Right here it says grip 2 and reduced flinch mitigation. So right here for the ICR users, this is actually a nerf to the ICR because pretty much that's the main go-to attachment for the ICR. So you're going to definitely notice that. It doesn't say by how much, but I'm sure if it was something, it was enough. So specialist, they went ahead and modified specialist. Ajax gets a huge nerf. They reduced effect of the 9-bang by 25%. Now it's centered more around, now you can counter it more effectively with the tactical mask. Increase bullet spread by 25% in fortify stance. So when you have your ballistic shield out and you're shooting the weapon, now there's going to be a little bit more hip fire spread. So it's not going to be so easy to get those like 4, 5, 6 kills while you're running around that fortified shield. Ajax turn speed is slower now. And then they also fix the hitbox basically. Added a third person sound effect for charges 2, 3 of the 9-bang. So I guess when you hold it, it'll be like charge 1 set, charge 2 set, charge 3 set. So they basically added more audio commands. Improve the Tempest accuracy for profit. So I guess they probably make it so that you have to be a little bit, I guess they broaden the range. It's kind of hard to say. But basically once you line up your shot, you're going to get a little bit more accurate shots. Tempest changes attached to player will no longer be destroyed by explosives. So that's cool. It says resolved an issue where the Seeker Shock Mine could get stuck in a loop on Morocco. Okay, so that's good. They resolved a thing, so now you're getting the effectiveness of it. Purifier will now properly damage the strike team. Okay, so I didn't even notice that was an issue. I don't really use Fire Break or the Purifier, so I haven't really noticed that. And again, strike team, I never tried that. So that's pretty good to know that it'll work properly. I don't know if it was doing too much damage or not enough, but now we know. Ruin resolved an issue that could lead to the grapple gun failing to connect to surfaces when the player was moving. Okay, so that's good. They fixed that. Tactical mass increased resistance to 9-bang concussions. So that one's huge. And then 9-bang concussion grenade and razor wire. So if you're running tactical mass, now you're going to get a huge resistance buff against all those. Black Jacket increased resistance to explosive damage. Not really a top tier perk in my opinion. There's not enough explosives going around. Pretty much only have the cluster nade and the war machine. So not a big difference there for me. Cold-blooded, increase the delay period before AI will target you. So that's a good buff. If you run that, you're going to be less likely to get hit by enemy AI. So they have attack helicopter, sniper's nest, give you a little bit better opportunity to shoot them down. Dead silence will now suppress player sounds related to healing, taking fall damage, or surfacing while swimming. So right here it says for strike team, teams can only now have one strike team at a time. I don't think this is in effect because I was playing earlier and we had like 4 strike teams down. So gotta kind of see how that works. And then they went ahead and they changed all these different playlists. So multiplayer, they added endurance, chaos, mosh pit. So basically if you go in there, it's 6v6 with double score limits. So this is our endurance. So these matches are going to be incredibly long. Well, we'll see kind of how they play out. It says TDM is to 150, 15-minute time limit, domination, 200 score limit, 400 score per match. Ooh, that's pretty high. Hard point with 500 score now, 10-minute time limit. Kill confirmed with 120 score limit, 15 minutes time limit. Dang. So they boosted that significantly. Those matches going to be really long, but probably really good for streaks and racking up score per match. So you don't have as much downtime. And inadvertently, they're going to allow you to gain tiers faster because you're going to be in the matches longer or less loading screens. Mercenary capture mosh pit added. So it's 5v5 dom, hardpoint control with no parties allowed. So that's cool. They still kept that in the game. Hopefully they just keep that in the game for as long as the game stays out. Hardcore search and destroy added to feature. Okay, gun game remains in the feature category. Now when it says spawns, team deathmatch, spawn adjustment made for Arsenal, Summit, and Payload. Domination, free-for-all, hardpoint. They pretty much did the same for all of those maps. Adjusted spawn load logic, active hardpoint to reduce weight given a spawn near hardpoint. Okay, so they're just basically adjusting the spawns. They didn't fix, in my opinion, which needed it, which was firing range. Firing range definitely needed a rework of the spawns, but we'll kind of see how that goes. I'm sure they're just going to do it week by week, and we'll see kind of how it goes. Another huge update. So game modes, custom games, resolved an issue that displayed friendlies and enemy around. That's not really that important. Hardcore team killing near care package will now reflect. So that's good. They should always make it reflect damage. I don't know why they allow team killing. Or else I'd probably play more hardcore. Just because it's a little easier to get those headshots and not die off your streak by a teammate. Heist, they went ahead and changed the cost of stuff. So nothing crazy there. Search and destroy resolved an issue that grant additional round win if the last enemy was killed just before the bomb went off. Okay. Resolved an issue with certain optics could have a blue or red static background when spectating. Oh, that's not good. So it's good to fix the glitch. CWL games, they went ahead and adjusted those things, so you'll have those modes already available. So if you want to set it up for if you do game battles or whatever the heck it is, yeah, you'll be able to go ahead and do that and compete competitive with the competitive rule set. Hard stop challenge, they recovered the majority of the lost hard stop challenge progress that were set. Okay, so that's good. I know a lot of people were complaining about that on Reddit. So it's good that that challenge got reset. Camo progression weapon reactive camos resolved an issue that would lead to reactive camo immediately jumping from its wrapped state to stage 2. Resolved an issue that prevent gold camo from advancing its stage if the player was underwater. Ooh. Drop weapons with wrapped camo will remain wrapped when picked up by another player. Okay. The penthouse camo properly progressed by destroying sniper's nest. Okay, so they just added it, so it basically it works on everything now. Resolved the number of issues, camo applying weapon correctly, adjusted recon and custom reflex, reset now precise. Oh, they fixed them. Oh my god, that's a huge difference. All the sights were off. If you guys didn't know that, pretty much what would happen is if here's the center of your screen, the sight would be just off the center of it, and it would make it so that you felt like you weren't hitting the shot, and it was pretty much for every sight in the game. So now what they've done is they basically lined them up so the way that we would expect. Resolved an issue where being blinded or concussed would stop the player from capturing it. Wow, that's a big glitch. Okay, resolved an issue where the melee attacks could connect with enemies that were visible when the melee began but were behind cover before the attack connected. Okay, resolved an exploit where the sprint cancels reload. Option could lead to a fire rate that was faster than intended. Ooh, that's interesting. Then there's a bunch of zombie stuff. So they went ahead and fixed all kinds of crash stuff. These are all just fix crash, fix crash, fix crash. Fix the crash, fix the crash, resolved an issue, resolved an issue. So they just basically fixed a bunch of bugs. They don't really change anything a lot. It's just a lot of bugs. Resolved an issue where paint jobs could be deleted from the personalized menu. Okay, that's not good. Blackout, let's see. Resolved an issue, resolved the camo issue, red spikes. Okay, so that's pretty good, pretty straightforward. General pickups now stream in faster at the start of the map. Okay, so basically this was a huge issue too. Pretty much when you land in blackout, sometimes the weapons wouldn't render the ammo, whatever the case is. So pretty much they went ahead and fixed that. So that's a huge thing. When you land, you should be able to get that. New team scoreboard and duos quads can be accessed during the match and how your squad is performing. That's nice. You really couldn't see that until after the match. Various stability improvements and bug fixes. Character missions, icons missions now available. So now you can do Mason, Woods, Menendez, Reznov. Nomad character mission requirements have adjusted to remove the dependency of other players' choices. Okay, that's good. Because they made it so that you had to have a specific enemy, had to be a specific skin, so you can get it. So they kind of adjusted that to remove that dependency. So basically just let them know. So I would stay up to date with Reddit. A lot of stuff changed. Let me know what was your favorite change. What change didn't you like? And let's see how this actually plays out. Overall, I think it's a good update. The only thing I'm questioning is probably that Rampart and Swordfish buff. But we'll kind of have to see how that plays out. Did enjoy the video? Remember to hit that like button if you're brand new to the channel. Typically cover Call of Duty news, in-game updates, best class setup, subscriber breakdowns, as well as other tip and trick videos on how to improve at Call of Duty. See you guys on the next one. Thank you for watching. As always, have a great day.